The indication right now is at 111. Remember, it was priced at 78. And the indication spread, if you will, has been interesting to watch. So it's 111 now, because I was marking this earlier. At 10:20 this morning, it was at 110. It got all the way up to 125 at about 10 minutes prior to 11. So you got over a $100 billion market cap. It's come off of that now. It's probably sitting around $100 billion or whatever. But you got 111. Phil said it's coming up. He's staying with us. Jenny Harrington, I go back to the Cathie Wood thing. If it's too rich for Cathie Wood, I mean, I know you're not touching this thing. And also, look, I don't want to read too much into it because I'm not the one who spoke with Cathie. It was on stage at a conference where Josh Brown had the conversation and Rivian did come up. And she said, it's just too rich for me at this valuation. The return from this level does not seem to be great. So I know you're not touching it. But what are your thoughts on the overall story itself?
Well, look, the technology is clearly there. It's clearly brilliant. But I've been trying to think of how to analogize it in my head, how to wrap my own arms around it. And I almost wonder if you could make like a Pfizer-Moderna analogy here, where you have like brilliant scientists, brilliant engineers, people doing brilliant things. But ultimately, you know, Pfizer may win out in this because they have 100 years of knowledge and history on how to manufacture and how to operate and how to get products to market. And I think it's also going to be challenging when you're a Rivian. You're going to need to continue to grovel from the capital markets to get funding for future things. When you're a GM or a Ford or a Toyota, you are generating that cash flow on your own. So, you know, my money is with the big guys. We own Toyota. I think Jim made an absolutely perfect, beautiful summary of the whole situation. It's about the total market cap and how many tires are going to be on the ground. And I don't know that these collective market caps can possibly be justified, given that ultimately they're selling cars, you know, and those are ultimately a commodity. So I would never argue with the technology. It sounds fantastic. But like you said, Scott, if it's too rich for Cathie, it's way too rich for me.
Yeah. Hey, Joe Terranova, I apologize if I cut you off earlier. I think I heard you want to get back in.
Yeah, sorry, I disagree. I think absolutely Ford is going to stay. There's been indications that the Lincoln, and Phil could speak this, the Lincoln is going to be built on the Rivian skateboard platform. CEO Farley has talked about this not being a transaction. And I think it would look very poorly upon Ford if this transaction were to be closed out so close to the IPO. What does that say overall about their belief in where the EV business is going? So I completely disagree with the premise. Yes, it is their right at some point for Ford to ring the register. But just because they haven't indicated that they're not going to, I don't suspect that they'll be doing it anytime soon. I think there's more of a partnership there than we're giving credit to.